So I wanted to jump on here real quick because yesterday on Twitter or on X, however you want to call it, Sports Illustrated awarded Trainer of the Year to Robert Garcia. Chris Mannix tweeted that out of his account. I reposted it, and then I gave the the number of wins, the number of losses, and then he had one one draw, one no contest, and one disqualification this year. The year before that, it was 70-7. This year, it was 75 wins, 7 losses, and like I just mentioned, one draw, one no contest, and one DQ. The draw, I believe, was Leo Rubalcaba. The no contest was Dan Cortez, and the DQ was Tashiro Fierro in Tijuana. So I don't know if I have the 7 losses memorized off the top of my head, but let's see. Let's go with Rayo first, losing his championship back to Gary Russell Jr. Jose Ramirez versus Devin Haney. That's 2. Louis Coria lost against Jesse Magdaleno. Let's go with Jonathan Navarro. He was in Australia, and Pita traveled. I don't know if he trained with RGBA, but Pita was in his corner. That's 4. And then 3 fighters lost their O's. The first one being Jesus Martinez. So that's 5. Dan Cortez lost his O. And then that's 6. And I'm missing the last one. Maybe it'll come to me. But anyways, Sports Illustrated awards Robert Garcia from Moreno Valley, previously in Riverside, and previously before that, he was in Oxnard. He has his stable, probably a stable of 40 professional fighters. He opened up a new gym March of last year in the Moreno Valley Mall. Gives him a little bit more space, plenty of more parking. I think parking was becoming an issue with the amateur program in the afternoons. There wasn't enough space there at his private property in, I believe it was Riverside. It might be Orange Crest, something like that. One of the neighborhoods there in Riverside. So he opened up a new facility that gives them plenty of parking space. The grand opening was March. I have about a dozen videos of the music and some of the fighters and the entire event. I didn't get to make it out when the mayor was speaking and they did a big old thing on stage. I didn't get there for that. I got there as Robert was getting to leave. He had some fights there in Long Beach that same day, so he was headed out. But I got a picture of him with the big G, and my dad and my brother went with me, and we had a blast. So 75 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw, 1 no contest, and 1 DQ. A total of 85 fights. There's a couple there that I want to ask him about, but that's pretty close. I guess the Ring Magazine is the biggest one because I don't see a lot of movement on Twitter about that award. So it might be that that the Ring Magazine is the most prestigious out of all the organizations that award Fight of the Year, KO of the Year, Trainer of the Year, Round of the Year. Those are the 4 that come to the top of my head. When I made the live yesterday, I titled it, I'm going to ask people for help. And so if you watch this video and there's a fighter that fights under the banner of either Joel Diaz and Antonio Diaz, the Diaz brothers out in the Coachella Valley, please let me know. And if you have any fighters off the top of your head that you know that fight under the banner of Manny Robles and Estrellita, please write that in the comments or write me a message. You could write it in the comment on this video, or you could just send me a message via Twitter, X, or you could send me a message on Instagram, Sonteo_media or Sonteo Media, depending on where you're at. Um, so I saw one video yesterday, and there's one video that hit my feed today that Andy Ruiz is training with Manny Robles. So I do have one other fighter that I knew that I already saw on the schedule on BoxRec, and her name is Perla Bazaldua, and she's already 3-1 or 3-0-1, something like that. And uh, I created a I call it an Excel spreadsheet. I'm always going to call it an Excel spreadsheet. I guess it's a Google form where I can track Manny Robles fighters. So if Andy Ruiz fights on there, I'll add that to the list. And if somebody who's watching this video could help me out, let me know if Serhi Bohachuk is still fighting under Manny Robles. That would help me create that list. Like I said, I've been doing Robert's statistics for a few years, but I also want to keep track of other trainers, other coaches. And this year, I'm going to challenge myself to keep track of Manny Robles and the Diaz brothers out in Indio. I don't know if technically they're from Indio, or I don't know if they're. I'll say Coachella Valley just for now, but Joel Diaz did a live yesterday. I got to jump on wherever I was at. I got to join the live, and I asked him, "Hey, who do you have fighting on the 16th other than Manny Flores?" And he answered, and he gave me two names. So he has a total of 3 fighters. He gave me 2 names. One of them I didn't recognize. The last one I wrote down, and he was a fighter from Eastern Europe, and I'm drawing a blank on his name. Abdullayev is the last name. Ruslan Abdullayev. So I added that onto his list. So now I have several fighters there. But if you know who that other fighter is, BoxRec is not showing the fight card for Golden Boy right now. They have it listed, it being in Palm Desert and not in Indio. At the normally all the fights that are in the Coachella Valley for Golden Boy are at the Fantasy Springs. So it's listed at Palm Desert. It doesn't have listed what the venue is. But if you know who that other fighter from that team is, then please write it in the comments or send me a message. Like I said, I'm going to challenge myself to keep track of Manny Robles' career this year for 2026, and also the Diaz brothers out in Indio. So yeah, that's all I got for today. We'll see when the Ring magazine comes out with their what do you want to say it, awards, when they come out with their awards. Yeah, fight of the year, trainer of the year. A lot of people create their own. So a lot of people have already chosen Terrence Crawford as fighter of the year. Some people were choosing, I believe his first name is Shingo Inui. They were choosing him because he has 2 current sons that are currently world champions. So people have already started listening to him, but I guess the entity that carries the most weight is Ring magazine. So on the 5th, 2 days ago, Chris Mannix through Sports Illustrated named Robert Garcia the Trainer of the Year. And I reposted it and listed the amount of fights: 75, 7, 1, 1, and 1, a total of 85 fights. The most impressive thing about that record to me is that he turned 5 fighters pro. Let's see if I can name them: Hector Beltran Jr., Luis Jr. Coria, Temoc Campa, the son of Felipe Campa, one of the trainers. That's the third one. Flavio, his nickname is Bolo. Burgueno, I believe, is his last name. And the last one is not Cesar Donovan, but there's a 5th one that also turned pro. Eric Pedraza, nickname Oregon. So those are 5 fighters he turned pro on the same year. The only other year that I can think of where that many fighters turned pro was back in 2015. 2014 had a lot. 2015 had, I believe, 4 or 5, and 2016 had about 3. So it sounds like it's a new wave. uh, uh, of fighters, but it sounds like Virgil and Bam's work are the names that gave Robert the Trainer of the Year. If he gets it by Ring Magazine, it'll be back to back years. Robert says that back in 2011 when he won it, the Boxing Writers Association told him he probably would have got it again, except there was a run in with there was a run in between his team. He was training Brandon Rios and the team of Manny Pacquiao, who at that time was Freddie Roach. And there were some racist comments thrown around, and there was somebody who had a vote or who had a political pull mentioned to Robert that there's no way you're going to win it, regardless of what the numbers say, regardless of how big your wins are. The fact that that those racist comments were thrown, who I don't even know from which side. I don't remember. It's already been 15 years ago, but that they let him know that there's no way you're getting it this year. So he could have gone back to back. Technically, he was back to back because his 2012 was just as good as the year that they gave it to him. So he should have gone back to back. Unfortunately, there's some political things that happened, and that kept him from getting it back to back. And we'll see if he gets it this year. I believe Michael Montero is one of the writers that gets to make one of those votes. I'm pretty sure more people will tell us whether their vote was for Shingo or their vote was for Robert Garcia. But like I said, I'm going to challenge myself to keep track of Manny Robles' record and the Diaz brothers out in Indio. If you know they're stable, I use BoxRec in order to help me identify which fighters are fighting under which stables. But to create the original stable list is going to be some work. So if you have some names of some fighters that are under Manny Robles, obviously Andy Ruiz is back there training. We're watching it right now. There's a couple pretty big YouTube channels that interviewed him. I believe Ricardo Celis is the first place that I saw it, but I'm not. It just because it hits my feed doesn't mean that there isn't somebody bigger that got that interview before Ricardo Celis. I believe that's his Celis Deportes, I think is his Instagram. And then I just saw it on KO Artist as well. So I could use the help from you guys, from my viewers, from people that see this. I will do my best. Like yesterday, I just happened to get lucky and get on at the same time Joel Diaz was on, and I asked him a question: Who else do you have on the card on the 16th? And he told me. So I will recognize that name that I'm missing once I see BoxRec come out with the fight card, or I'll just have to watch it on DAZN and see when he's in the corner. But I hope you're all doing well. Please help me if you can. I'd like to not only keep track of Robert's record this year in 2026. I'd like to keep track of Manny Robles and the Diaz brothers. If you have other ideas, if you want me to keep track of Nakatani's trainer, Rudy Hernandez, or if you have a list of stable fighters from Freddie Roach, it sounds like Jojo Diaz is going over to Freddie Roach's training facility, and he's going to start training them. I saw that somewhere on social media yesterday. But let me know. Those are all. Are those all Southern California? Other than, yeah, most of them are Southern California. But if you want me to keep track of Derek James, Shingo Inui, there's the Andre Ward's trainer up there in the Bay Area. There's trainers in Las Vegas. There's trainers in Phoenix. There's trainers in my own city here in San Diego. But without the help of you guys, I can't do it on my own. So hopefully you enjoy me going through this journey with tracking Robert's fighting record. But he doesn't do it alone. He has full-time Pita Garcia, his son, Chepe Contreras, who's been with them roughly 10 years, Charles Tremblay, who's been there since 2018 when Jose Ramirez came, and he's a strength and conditioning coach. He has Felipe Campa, who's joined them the last year or two, who just turned his son pro, and the Big G. So the Big G's kind of part time. So Robert plus those four trainers are all full time, plus the Big G and help from Virgil Ortiz Sr. and help from Gabe Murataya Sr. and Jorge Gonzalez. Although those three trainers don't train the stable, they do train their sons. So they do technically train their sons full time as well. So five full time trainers plus three trainers who train their sons full time, probably a handful of more than I'm missing. Cuba's dad is always in the gym. Saldivar's dad is always in the gym. Art Barrera's dad is always in the gym. So there's probably five full timers and then probably 5 to 7 dads that are full time with their sons specifically, but not with the stable. So that's part of Robert's business model, where he brings in the fathers that want to be involved. If the fathers don't want to be involved, if the fathers believe they've taken them as far as they can in their amateur careers, then that's okay too. Prime example of that is Jesse Bam Rodriguez Sr. So yeah, I'm at 16 minutes. Let me know in the comments if there's other trainers you want me to keep track of. If you have insider intel on some of the fighters from Los Angeles, from Indio, from Las Vegas, from Phoenix, let me know. I'll do my best. And have a great day.